Hi everyone, welcome back to another video on my YouTube channel. My name is Adam, and if you're new here, thank you very much for coming out to check out my channel. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you very much for being here again. I'd like to apologise for the delay with this podcast. Last week, unfortunately, I wasn't able to make a video as we had a bit of an emergency on Thursday, which led into Friday morning. Friday evening, I had prior engagements, and then the weekend was basically just catching up with sleep and rest from the days prior. And then yesterday, because it's usually Fridays I try to record the videos, we'll have a special guest today, I believe. Yeah, here he comes. Come on. I'm not going to edit it out. Come on. There we go. Sit down. There we go. And then, yeah, like this Friday, so yesterday, I just got home and I was absolutely exhausted. I just wasn't able to record anything and, focus on doing something for the channel, for which I apologise. But it's just, if you create videos, you might know what I mean when you just haven't got anything left in you to talk about or mention. So I just decided to have a break yesterday night and then record something today. So here we are with Pepper, aren't we? Yes, we are. Please don't knock over the phone and the tripod. No, please don't. Okay. So, you think I've got loads to talk about after the last 2 weeks? Not as much. One of the things I did manage to finish is what's here on the side, the Revity wrap, which I was working on for the Turnpike Creations Mile 24 for Gina at the Knitting Turnpike and Judy at Judy's Creations in Crochet. It's a collaboration between the two ladies who came up with the idea for this mile. So if you've seen previous videos, you might have heard that I just wasn't getting the pattern. It just wasn't working out whatsoever. But luckily, Judy talked me through it and I've managed to finish it. It is a longish wrap. It's I can't move it anymore. It's not as long as I think it should be, but it's still going to be a long wrap, which I'll come to in a second. I've got something else that I'm making, but yeah, once I stretched it out and once I blocked it, it looked a lot better than how it looked when I was working with it. I just didn't. When you're working with something, it just doesn't look the same when you block it, I don't think. Once I put it on the floor and it was, fixed with safety pins or like bobbin pins, whatever they're called, just so I can get a straight rectangle, and it looked fine. I've noticed a couple of mistakes which I don't know how I made, but I did. So yeah, it ended up absolutely fine. I did notice the lace or the like the windowed sections, they tend to be pulling in more than the straight rectangular than the straight double crochet sections. If anyone else has made this wrap, please let me know if you had the same thing, because that seems to be what's pulling in more than anything else. But also because I make most things to sell them, because people I know, they don't really use items that I make, so I end up putting them up for sale, and because it's pulling in at the sides and it's curving quite a bit or curling quite a bit, I don't know if I'll be able to if I can sell it with me knowing that it's curling. Because if somebody who buys it who doesn't really know about how to care for, how to you know, look after handmade items, they might be thinking, oh well, the edges are not right, you know, something's not right with this. But I also thought about putting an edge on, like a border on, which I tried to do, and I was just not getting where the stitches are meant to be going. You know, when you're thinking of when you go to put a border on something, so you're working, instead of working into the stitches, you're working into the side of the stitches, and I was just not knowing where I was going. I just could not see what stitch to work into, even though I had the video going in front of me, which I've got a little bit of a moan about. It's not somebody that anyone I watch heard speak about. It's not someone who follows me. I don't actually know who it was. Someone's like YouTube short video, how to do how to crochet a crocheted edge onto a project. This is how you do it, and that was it. And I thought, yeah, you're not actually showing us how to do it. And when I clicked on the comments, a lot of them were saying, this is how not to do a video tutorial for something. So I thought, right, it's clearly not just me who thought that's not a tutorial video. So yeah, I've just kind of left the idea going at the minute, and eventually I might get back to it. But it's been on the mannequin for a couple of, maybe 2 weeks now. I've sent off the pictures to Judy and Gina, so I think the live reveal of everyone's projects is on the 16th. But I will try and link it below, so if you're interested you can have a look. You know, if you've not heard about them, go check them out. Both of them wonderful ladies, and you know, definitely massive staples of the community, aren't they? Yeah. So that's one thing. So I finished that, and I thought I'm gonna get back to that knitted shawl that I've been working on since last year before last, when I run out of yarn. And guess what? I didn't. I will do, because I do want to finish it. It's a really nice wrap shawl, and it's a really nice yarn, but I just started something completely different. Sorry about that. I started another wrap, because I didn't want a shawl, I wanted a wrap. As much as I love my little triangular shawls, I thought I want to do a rectangular wrap again. So I came across this from Crystal at Bag a Day. I can't remember what it's called. It's something like the simple rectangular wrap. But when you look at it, it looks a bit, oh, there's a lot going on. It's a one row repeat. So I've not done much of it, but to be fair, I did make a lot more progress than I thought I did, because you're working on it lengthwise, which, hey, do you mind? Yeah, you're working on it lengthwise, which at first I thought, oh, I'm gonna like that. I don't think I do, because when I'm making a larger project, what I enjoy doing is when I'm getting to the end of a row, you know, quite quickly, I think, oh, I'll do another one. Whereas with this, I'm thinking, I've got to get to the end of the row and then turn it and then do it about 10-15 more times. So, but that's just me at the minute. I might be going through a dip in my crojo, which happens, and then when it comes back, I want to make everything. So at the minute, it's just, you know, I'm plodding along with it nicely, and it is a simple, thank you. It is a simple pattern. It's a one row repeat. No fancy stitches, nothing like that, but it does look quite nice, and I'd bring it closer if I could. So, you know, it's nice, and it's a video tutorial, so you know I like that. The yarn's Picasso from Ice Yarns. It's not ideal if you've got dry hands, because it just gets caught in everything, and my ring and absolutely everything, it just gets caught in. But it's fine, it's a nice yarn. If you worked with Picasso, you know it's nice. It's just like I said, it gets caught in things. But I'm really enjoying it. So I've got that on the go. And then I've also got, can you move your bum please, because I need to get, thank you. I've also got my own little project bag. It's a Dove bath gift set bag that I got through a Christmas present, and I just decided to keep the bag because it holds a big cake of yarn and the project. So I've still got this shawl that I started for last month's Mal for Judy's Creations in Crochet. Love it, I do, but it's like I said just now, my crowjaw's gone, so I'm not 100% working on or excited about this. I will be, because I always end up going back to my little double crochet shawls, which if I can, I'll try and insert pictures here to show you that, you know, I do like my double crochet shawls. But I also heard Judy mention a Granny Mooch shawl, which I've done again before. That she's thinking about doing one just as a bit of a in between project, which I thought, oh, that sounds like something I'd do, using a bit of a chunkier yarn, you know, just something that I can finish off quickly. And because I think that's what I struggle with a lot of the times when a project is taking too long and I get bored of it, because I try to work on one thing at a time, or at least finish one while I'm starting another one. And I mean, this shawl, this wrap took me the whole of February pretty much, only because it took a long time for me to realise I wasn't getting it. It took me a long time to try and work it out, and then it took me a long time to finish it. Because again, nice yarn, but as soon as I started working with it, I don't know if I like the colours. So, sorry, it's a bit of a downer this week, but it's just, you know, temporarily, I've lost my crojo. I'll get it back, because I do. Because I'm extremely excited about the monthly yarn clubs, and also about the other thing that I'm going to be mentioning. So last month, February's yarn club, I loved. I loved it in January, but I loved it in February. Everything I ended up making, I was so happy with, and I don't think that ever happened before. Even the solid colours, I was just so happy with them. You know, without sounding big-headed, I thought I'm really, really happy with this. I'm going to try and insert the pictures while I talk about things and the ideas that I've got. So there is I need to somehow see this on the video editor so I know how to insert the pictures. So just ignore me. Hopefully this way I'll see where to insert the pictures. That's a note for me. The first one which I made was the I think I call it Minty Orchid, because the speckles at the top, along with the pink, are a mint colour. So that's, you know, it starts navy, purple, magenta, pink speckles, and mint speckles. So that's where the name came from. It just reminded me of an orchid. I don't know why. So that's the name I went with, and a lot of people really, really liked it, and they were asking whether I've got any more, and my response to them was I could do them as full skeins, as 100 gram skeins in the next couple of weeks, months, and everyone said yes please. So to me, someone who has always dyed yarn, to I just try this and try and sell it, and it's sold, but I don't know how I did it. Sorry. How I did it, you know, to now having a set idea that I know how I did, I can recreate it, and people are asking for it. That's a massive, massive thing for me, you know, and especially the fact that people are asking for it almost pre-ordered. It's amazing. So that I'm extremely excited about. I'd like to show it to you in person, but I don't have any left over. That's why I'll have to show you the picture. The other one, I've got one that I kept, which I'll get to in a second. I'll give you an explanation. So yeah, that pink, mint, blue, navy, purple, mint orchid, that will be in my shop possibly after this weekend. I don't know how to work out listing it because I haven't got any on to dye up and use as a picture, so I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. I'll have to have a think. I might have to ask someone if I can use the Instagram picture to list it, because I've not even taken a proper picture of it. So there's that one. That went with a pale pink. I was trying to go for a, what's the name? What's it called when it's a pale, but not pale, like a baby colour. I can't think of the name of it. Not pale. It's something else. But pink, and you can get them blue and all of that. But either way, yeah, so it went with a pale pink. Hopefully I'll get a picture of that. If not, it's a pale pink. Then I did, because the lovely Linan at Nina's Knots Crochet she has always purchased more every month, and she has asked for different ones. That's the mystery, that's the surprise, the exciting things about this club. So she always wanted something else to the original skeins that she was purchasing, and because she purchased quite a lot last month, it gave me the chance to experiment with other colours and other ideas. So that's where the other ones came in. Let me just show you. I also got a new a used armchair. It's just a bit more comfortable to sit in. But I'll show you the. Bear with. Oh, come on. Right. Possibly everything's gonna go falling down in a minute, but that's fine. All my minis. So that was the chair, I promise. Yeah, so the second colour that I decided to do for Linan, it was, I can't even remember how I came across it, how the idea came up, but I just decided to go for it and see how it turns out. You know, colours that time I decided to do colours that I liked and I used often, but just in different sort of way. And that turned out to be this. It doesn't really look great on camera. It has navy, grey, silver granite and turquoise, I think. They're the colours, and Merlot that I've used up here. So they're the colours that I've used for this one. And when I dyed it up and I spun it in the spin dryer and all of that, I thought, oh my god, I really like that. So I decided to do it again, replicate it for Linan, because I thought I'm keeping this for myself. I decided to dye it up for Linan again and send that instead. I like it. So what happened with the first time? In this, there's not much purple in the whole skein because I used some leftover dye water from the previous project. So when I went to recreate it, I put literally like that much more purple in it, and it just gave it a bit more of a purple tinge. So I know next time not to use as much, use a little bit more blue, but not for the full skein. But you know, just a little bit because there's a solid underneath all the colours. That's what gives it a bit of a fade effect almost. But yeah, so this was a skein that turned out really well, which I also shared on Instagram and had a very positive feedback. So this will be another one that I'll be putting on Etsy as a full skein in my shop, and hopefully does well. I mean, from the feedback, it had really nice feedback, and you know, people seem to be very happy with, you know, the people who purchased it. So yeah, this is called Lucky Stone. Why? I don't know. It's lucky because I was lucky with it. I don't how we're creative. I know. No, basically, when I looked at it in the pan, I thought, oh, that turned out really good. I really like it. First time, lucky, and then for some stone, I don't know where the stone came from. Lucky stone. Why not? And there was another one which I can't remember. Somebody suggested a name, and I want to say, bear with me. A touch of heather. That's the name I was suggested. I'll go with it because because that's I cannot come up with names. Hence, Lucky Stone. But yeah, so touch of heather is a speckled skein. I'll have the picture here, Adam. Put the picture here. Sorry. It's a skein made with colours which I don't use. So I decided to make one with colours that I wouldn't usually use because I thought I always do colours that I'm comfortable with, I like, and I know how they turn out. So I decided to use, I mean, purple, yeah, this purple, only because I had some purple left over from the last skein, which I'll mention in a minute. So I thought, well, I'm going to use the speckles from that. But I think I started with lemon yellow, orange, red. I don't think I ever used red. If I look here, I don't think there's any red. Brown, like a blue, not the navy, not the other colours of blue, no, like a blue, which I don't tend to use, and the purple. And look, you know, getting big-headed here. I really thought it turned out really nice. It turned out really nicely. And you know, when you first start looking into hand-dyed yarn, you'll take screenshots or think, oh, I love that, I'm gonna get that, or I'm gonna buy that. And I thought, if I saw that on Instagram, I'd be screenshotting it. I'd because I'd like that. So again, I've only got only had one skein of that, which Linan has. Enjoy. I'm jealous. But that's again another that I'm going to be putting in my shop. I'm just so happy with them. You know, really proud of how they turned out. and if it will help me launch my shop with, them three stable colours, not stable, I'm unstable, staple colours, staple ideas. I can't ask for anything else. If I've got those three now really popular. So yeah. Oh, and then the very last one was it was it started out as a solid, but with the idea that I'll put speckles on it, and it was a skein of yarn dipped in like a quite a deeply saturated merlot purple, reddish colour, and then speckled with purple. But it was, I can't remember the difference, high immersion or low immersion. Basically, when there's a load of water in the pan. So basically, when I speckled it, I was expecting it to kind of, bleed all over the yarn, just, you know, the colours to run all over the yarn, and they didn't. They only speckled it, which I was actually really glad about because they turned out really, really nicely. I'll try to have the picture here. Here, Adam, put the picture here. If you can think of an easier way for me to remember where to put pictures, please let me know. So, yeah, they're the four, I want to say. Four ideas I've got, three. But with the very last one, with the purple and the purple speckled one, nice, but it's nothing. It is special because that's, a very special lady purchased it. But it's not, I'm not as happy with it as I am with the other ones. Am I talking my own business or my own shop down? Possibly. It's fine. Some things turn out better than others, and I think the others turned out amazingly. So yeah. So yeah, keep a lookout for them. They'll be listed in my shop hopefully this weekend. I'm not making any promises. They will be listed very soon because I do want to start selling them. It's just setting it all up and getting started with it. I was gonna say something else. I've lost my train of thought. It was something to do with. Oh yes. So I am also. I know I said this before, but obviously because you know how these things are. I am thinking about setting up a website only because Etsy are absolutely they are the charges that they put on top of sales are just ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. I'm pouring my heart out here. I apologise. With this, as you know, I work full time. So me dyeing this yarn, this is not a job yet, unfortunately. So there's no profits or anything like that. It's literally ticking over every month. And at the minute, I'm really happy with that because I'm growing the awareness of my brand, my business, the name of Crafty Wool, and getting it out there, and with the view of eventually, hopefully, it to it becoming a bit more lucrative than it is at the minute. But that's why I'm doing the monthly club because one, I love yarn dyeing, but there's, if you're a yarn dyer or a seller, you do know that there's money to be put in when you're setting something like this up, and it's not always there. But bit by bit, you can do it, and I'm trying to do it. It's ticking over month by month, so there's no problem with that whatsoever. It's just expanding it to other things, you know. But hopefully with these three, I can get that started, which would be very nice. And I also saw Wolf Dyer, I think, Dyer Wolf on Instagram, and I think she mentioned that she is shutting down her Etsy shop as well because of the fees that they're increasing again. It's just not something that she can carry on with doing. So she's, I think she said if she when she'll carry on dyeing yarn, she's gonna take a break. She'll carry on dyeing yarn. She'll do it through her website. You know, I seriously cannot blame her. You know, when if you sell on Etsy, you will see the fees that they're taking off you, and you think, are you for actually real? You know, you're charging people for things that. Anyway, but also hopefully with my own website, I should be able to set up an automatic subscription system rather than you having to purchase it every month. Which, can I just say, thank you so much to everyone who keeps coming back every month and purchasing it. I understand, you know, it's not always easy remembering to do it, but you're always there supporting me and purchasing it, so I'm really grateful for that. Yeah, so apart from that, that's it. I'm sorry this was a bit of a downer. I think the last one was a downer as well. I don't know what's going on. It's nothing to do with the yarn dyeing, like I said. I think it's just with the yarn. Grab a drink, pause me. Grab a snack, get a drink, whatever. I've heard a couple of people mentioning about, you know, shopping the stash, working from your stash, and but then I also listened to Stacey at Very Pink Knits. She was one of the creators actually that I very first came across when I started knitting, because the tutorials were really good, and I really like Stacey. I'm sure it's Stacey. Yeah, Stacey at Very Pink Knits. Yeah, I'll tag her. She'll be tagged, and if she checks it, hi. What was I saying? Yes, so I was listening to a podcast because at work I listen to podcasts. And she and the lady she does the podcast with, I can't remember her name, they were saying about whether they are stashes or whether they just purchase whatever they need and then work with that and buy the next lot when they found something else. And I think the both of them said they buy yarn for projects that they are doing or want to be doing. And just at the minute I'm a bit torn which one do I want to do, or do I want to do either? As in, do I just carry on buying whatever I like, or do I just use up what I've got and restock a stash with set ideas? Because if you've watched previous videos that I've done, I was talking about yarn, where I purchased yarn from, and a lot of it I've got given as, you know, leftover yarns or presents or whatever. A lot of it is from going into department stores and, oh, they sell yarn, I'm going to buy some. And then you go into a different one, oh, they sell yarn as well, and it's the same brand. You know, it's the bonus DK or the Hayfield, whatever. And I could just get buying the same things over and over and over again in different colours. Great, but none of them are enough for one large project. I mean, I've even got some, them big yarn balls I've got, the 400-gram ones from Aldi. I got them a couple of years ago, and I thought, oh, I'll buy 3 of the same colour. That's going to be enough for. I don't think it would be enough for a blanket. I can't remember because I measured it and I thought it wouldn't be enough for a blanket or something, and I thought I'm not buying the right amount and the right yarn here. So yeah, I mean I've got quite a lot up here. I've showed you the yarn cakes I've got. I mean, without question, those are going to be shawls and wraps. Because I think them yarn colour changing yarn cakes are probably the nicest as shawls and wraps. I'm not a hat maker. I'm not a mittens, gloves. Not into that. Not scarves. Yeah, yeah. I'll make scarves. But yeah, I'm not really into amigurumi. You know what I mean. I can't pronounce it. All figured crocheting. Not into that, unfortunately. So I'm quite limited with what I do make, and I don't have enough yarn to make those things. So I'm trying to mix and match and put things together, for which Brenda, the poncho lady, is absolutely brilliant. When you watch her videos, you think, how on earth did she think of putting those colours together? And they work. When you look at her ponchos and shawls that she makes, and you think, oh my god, how does she just pick them out and they work? By the way, Brenda, we need another video. It's been 3 months. We need some more videos from you. So yeah, I mean, I know what a lot of people do, because for a lot of people, the yarn stashes are actually the backgrounds of their podcasts. It's like, I know Linan's got plenty. You've got plenty of yarn, but you do keep getting more, which I love even more. I mean, Judy took us around her craft rooms, not craft room, craft rooms, and all the areas where the stashes are, and and I like that. But at the same time, for me, I don't know if that works. But then again, I don't know whether, if I had enough quantity of doors, I'd be thinking I've got enough. I don't need anything else. Whereas now I feel like I've got a lot, but not enough of one to make a project. I mean, I don't know if you can see this one here. Yeah, that one there. It's like I take it out with this stuff on top of it, but it's like two yarns twisted together, a blue and a white, and it's got a really nice little like hand spun effect to it. And I've got one in grey and white, and there's like a blue next to it. They look nice together, but because that's half a skein, I think it's only like 40 grams. There's not a whole lot. So it's like, do I start something with it and then there's not enough? I don't want to buy top uppers for something that I'm trying to get rid of. So I don't know what I'm going to be doing. And then right at the top here, which you can't see, is my granny square project, which has been going on for ages. But what I think I decided to do is use the squares, use Judy's mal, the monthly tropical birds, as the drive behind getting that blanket done. So that way I know I have to make granny squares for it, and then I'll just have to attach them. Which, by the way, Linan, I just don't know how you managed to put them all together so quickly. I find it so tedious. But yeah, so I think that's what I'm going to be doing. That will free up one box, like one quite a large, I want to say 20-litre box, which right at the top. So that's going to be one project, and then take it from there. But I know I'm not gonna be buying more, solid coloured acrylic DK yarns, because like I said last time, a couple of videos ago, I'm trying to move into a bit of a more, how can I say it nicely? I don't mean it in a horrible way. I just want to get better yarn. That's all. Move away from acrylics a little bit. Because I know Ice Yarns does a lot of like merino blends, merino and acrylic, merino and cotton blends. And, it'd be nice to work with things like that instead of acrylics. Because I'm not being funny, the cost, the price of them are nearly the same at this point. Can't believe how expensive acrylics are. Also, another thing, I'm sorry, I can't talk to anyone else, so it's all coming out here. I'm sorry. Joanne's Fabrics in the States, or Joanne's, I think we'd say Joanne's Fabrics. They stopped shipping worldwide, so I'm gutted, because I really wanted to get some of the, I think they still had some of the latte cakes, which now you can't get, but obviously the Colorama Halo is like the replacement for it, I believe, which is great, but you can't get the Colorama Halo cakes in this country. You can only get the Ogo, which I just know I would manage to tangle up, because that's my luck. Untangable yarn, watch this. Plus, they're very expensive here. They're something like £14 for one skein, one cake, and I'm pretty sure they were cheaper at Joann's, even with shipping from America to here. So went on the website because I thought, oh, I'm gonna splurge a little. Sorry, we no longer ship abroad, only America and Canada. So yeah, I might just have to buy the bulletin, buy them here, because I'd like, again, they seem a bit thicker than DK, and I've read that they are a size 5 bulky, but when I watched Judy work with them, or even Lenan, I watched someone work with it. They were saying that it's a thick DK. The Halo makes it a size 5. It's not actually a bulky or a chunky. I'm not sure which one. It's not actually the size that it says. It's a lot thinner and more like a thick DK or a thick worsted. So yeah, I think that's, I actually don't know what I'm going to be doing. So I've talked about all of these issues to people that hopefully understand what I mean. Because if I say all this to somebody else who's not a crocheter and knitter, they think, what are you going on about? So thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. And again, apologies for skipping on the video last week. I just didn't have the energy. By the way, everything's fine now. I know I said emergency. Basically, Luke had a really bad back, to the point where we had to take him to A&E. Well, I had to take him to A&E. Luckily, there's nothing. There's nothing. It was just such a severe backache that it was quite scary, which he never had before. So yeah, but that's over and done with now. He's back to work. So I should be back as normal Friday evenings, hopefully. Right. Apart from that, I'm going to leave you with this mind boggle that I've just blurted out, so apologies, but thank you very much for listening. I'll be coming up with the idea for this month's club probably today or tomorrow. I'm just going to take some time this evening, tomorrow evening, just to rest and sit down on the settee and have a think what I want to be doing this month and take it from there. So apart from that, look after yourselves and thank you for listening again. Really appreciate it. Other than that, take care, get crafting, get making stuff, and I will see you next week, Friday. Hopefully Friday. Take care, guys. I'll see you later. Bye bye.